Oh. I don't have the headphones on. I didn't hear it.
Stop saying that.
Hello. Is it finished yet? Jesus, I'm trying to do something here. All right, there we go. Oh, maybe actually if we do this. Okay. I see no one's checked the events yet on Discord today. Always check the events, guys. Especially now. I'm going to be adding a lot of stuff between now and Halloween, so you don't want to miss things. What was I even looking for? I forgot what I was looking for now. Right. YouTube. We're looking for YouTube. Need to put the 4K. What was that? Oh, shit. Oh, no, that's okay. Okay, now, let's put the links in the chat. See, normally I do all this stuff when the titles are going, but I didn't feel like doing titles today because nobody seems to give a shit about them anyway, so. Fuck showmanship, right? So we're trying to pull together some donos today. Top priority is so we can get cat food. We're almost out of cat food. We don't have enough to last until money comes in. So please, for the love of fuck, can we get some donos in today? Like, it's been dry for way too long. We got to pick this up, guys. We got to pick this up. So, anyway, would appreciate. Please and thank you. What am I looking for? Yeah, no, that's good. And, yeah, here. A little out of sorts. It's been a stressful day. That is not where I wanted to go. Nope. There we go. Huh? What the fuck is Makari? I don't know what that is. And greetings, evil nerd. Got my pay. Ordered a new iPad mini. Yeah, dude, don't tell me about that stuff when I'm telling you how I'm literally struggling to get food. I don't want to hear about it. And like feed our cats and shit, you know, like that's not the time to tell me about the big expensive Apple crap you just bought. Anyway, I'm not going to be talking much because I'm too cranky today. So I'm going to be cleaning. Actually, Rose did a bunch of cleaning in the living room. You can probably see it looks a lot clearer now. So, next order of business is I need to get the last of the updates and everything ready, and also kind of set aside things I want to do closer looks about. Um, there's a bunch I want to get done before the end of this month because Halloween season starts September 1st. Yeah, it's not just I say Halloween, people think, what? That's like 2 months away. Holy moly, Scully, thank you.
Cat food.
We can get $5 more. I have enough to make a withdrawal, and we can get some cat food tomorrow. That's the absolute bare minimum. I don't even have smokes right now. I don't have weed. I don't have anything. I'm making the cats the priority. Every cent will go to them. So, and really, we just need to have enough that I can make a withdrawal so we can get some cat food tomorrow. So, yes. Thank you, Scully. You're wonderful, as always. Appreciate the support. Look how many times Scully appears in the ticker down there. Yeah. The ticker shows the last 25 donations, by the way. So you want to see why I'm a little antsy about there being only 3 people. Like, come on, guys. I know there's more than 3 people that watch. Even if it's just $1, everything helps. Anyway, I'm not going to whine about it. You know the situation. Mods, get the people fired up, please. I'm going to be focusing on doing the actual work today. So, mods, do mod things, please. Cool. Some of Rose's magic cards. Yeah, I kind of want to clear off that table so I can put stuff on it. Because they're not using the house coat on it anymore, so. Dang, got some big stinky poops in there. Because Church was shitting and pissing on the floor. Rose brought one of the litter boxes in here to encourage the use of it and not spraying the entire apartment. Here, I'll switch to the other mic. Might be better. Hey, another $5 from Anonymous. That means we got cat food, folks.
Hope this helps.
It definitely helps. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll get that moving right now to make sure that we have enough tomorrow. And as soon as I get up, I'm getting cat food. Great. So, let's keep it going, guys. That's $10. That's more than we made, like, in the past week. So. Man. Here we go. Yeah, it's literally, we just have to get through the next couple days, and then we got money coming through the rest of the month. But we still got to keep it going because next month we have almost nothing coming at all. Like, all the benefits are gone. They're just gone because Rose is all grown up now, so all gone. So now it's put up or shut up time. So I'm basically giving this whole thing until the end of this year. And if it's still not going well, then I am going to move on and do other things. Which means you will probably see very little of me. I don't want to do that. I like the community that we're building, and I would like to continue building it. But if there is little to no interest in supporting the community, which is part of what this goes from, then I see no point in continuing. I mean, I need to make a living, right? So I'll just live on eBay until until Mom's book is ready to go, and then we'll live on that. And you know, there's a lot of stuff I can do. I can sell chunks of this. I don't have any big emotional attachment to my collection. It just comforts me. Anyway, it's been a bad day. Can you tell? The one good thing, though, is it's Rosie's birthday today, her 18th. She's out with her friends, and will be spending the night, I guess, with her boyfriend and another friend and her boyfriend that, you know, she knows, who have their own place. So very similar to when I was her age. So yeah. Yes, I literally said I'm going to switch to the other mic, which I did. It's supposed to be using the camera mic because I'm not going to be sitting here. I'm going to be moving around. So yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Also a little depressing. I wanted to go to the big event with her, but couldn't because I couldn't pay the admission. She went bowling with her friends, you know, for her 18th birthday. Not like it's a big milestone or anything, right? It's just her 18th. But I don't know. It seemed like she didn't really want me to be there anyway. It's like, oh, I don't want her dad there. But I mean, she has other adult friends who are like my age, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna whinge on about it. I just, there's been other shit too. But anyway, I'm gonna go poop. I'll be right back. Here, enjoy some clips so you're not just left. Yeah, I'll be back. Legolas? Starring Legolas as Legolas in Kingdom of Legolas. I guess if he ever loses his legs, he'll be legless Legolas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's people right here. Well, I got destroyed.
Me too. It's all up to you, Gerald.
Nice! Nice! Res. We'll make up in part for just sitting here and bullshitting while we're being endlessly chastised by this game over screen. Failed. You failed. You have failed. You are a failure who fails. You. What? Thanks, Eats Ferrets. 17 months. Old enough to drive, not old enough to drink. Well, if that was years. All those
17-month-year-old.
all those toddlers driving. Ebooks. 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 I prefer physical books because I don't like having shelf space. I know some of you have heard this story before, but those who haven't, I just love telling you. It's such a fun story. So they got in touch with their contact at Toei, and it was, communications not being what they are now, with the internet making it instantaneous and, easy to correct errors. They basically just said, yeah, we like the one with the lion. Can you send us that one? It's like, okay, the one with the lion. Yes. So he goes off and they didn't know. It's like, it wants one with the lion. What? Go Lion? He wants that piece of shit? All right, yes, send him Go Lion. Good. Good riddance. Because, of course, Go Lion bombed in Japan. And we're going to go to Twitch. We're going to go to Twitch. And we're going to go to Twitch. And we're going to go to Twitch. And we're going to go to Twitch. Sound like a fucking Muppet. We're going to go to Twitch. Sounds like a fucking Muppet. We're going to go to Twitch. Sounds like a fucking Muppet. So anyway. Wait a minute. Did I switch to the wrong... Oh my god, I'm here. I'm so sorry, I switched scenes. We're on the, Oh yeah, we're on like the mega dance party scene. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second. There. Woo! That was just a fun way to preload all those for later. Hulk. God, this is...
Light side quest.
What the fuck, JL? Ryan says, my wife would be upset. JL says, shoot her.
The fuck?
Ryan says, I'm not going to shoot my wife, JL.
What the fuck?
That was a very inappropriate place for a Jurassic Park quote, I'm just going to say. Sure, stop. It's enough. It's enough. You've been doing that all day. Just stop, okay? Please. I'm begging you. As soon as I turn my back. I can still hear you. Perez Rose. And then we got the whole team up. Cheers. What is going on? I already got some money. If I lived near Sean, I would buy him some scratch. Yeah, I'd rather just have the money, dude. The scratch and win tickets are not an investment. They are a scam. It's a mugs game. if you're wondering why the Streamlabs thing is showing twice, it's because the on-screen chat shows Twitch and YouTube chat combined. Anyway, I'm gonna put those. Hold on a sec. So you guys can't see, I'm just I'm poking around in some of the boxes in the hallway over here. They got some stuff that I need. Not that one. That one. Ooh. Fuck, not that one either. This one. No. It's me lifting boxes. Honest. Just lifting boxes. Oh, it's just pieces of that. There's a lot of crap on these boxes. It's gonna take me a minute to get into them all here. For fuck's sake. Also try to find all the Halloween stuff. We have 3 boxes. Ugh. Four boxes. Okay. I really need to label all my Rubbermaid containers. Anyway, I was just looking for the one that had all the wires in it because I got a bunch of wires on that table there. That's literally all I was trying to do. Just find the box of wires to put the wires in. Yeah. Macari is a eBay-like website if you're looking to sell. Why don't I just sell things on eBay? Way better exposure there. Why would I set up on a whole other site? Oh, come on. Piece of shit. What's this one? Oh, this is... What's the other one? I see this one, Effects Light, which is the broken one that Rose has been using. How's the other one? Oh no, this is this. Yeah, it's that. Put that. Put that. Now, why have I only got the broken one here? Because she took the other one, of course. Of course. Whatever, you know, I just bring all the damn cables in here. If we can get 50 bucks in donos today, we will watch another round of retro videos later. You know, the one like we did the other day. We watched a bunch of news from the 80s and stuff. So we can get 50 bucks total. After I do all my cleaning, we'll sit down and chillax and we'll watch some retro videos. If we don't meet that goal, even if it's $49.99, we will do nothing. So that's it. So what's this? Your room is like a library of movies and TV shows. Well, yes, it literally is. Oh, sack lunch. Yeah. Says Macari doesn't exist in Canada. Closest we have is Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that's the other thing is you got to stop assuming that everything in the U.S. exists everywhere. A lot of it doesn't. A lot of it is very much only in the U.S. Like Hulu, only in the U.S. Macari, only in the U.S. FYE, only in the U.S. Like all of these, and even a lot of the Walmart exclusives are only U.S. Walmart. We don't get them in Canada. So, you know, you gotta get out of this mindset that the U.S. is the center of the universe. It really is not. Solid Will 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, it was an example, dude, though. The point was it was a U.S. exclusive chain, you know? So... Thanks for the follow, Solid Will 1, 2, 3, 4. Appreciate that. Excelente. I there. Yes. You there, huh? You picking up the Nightmare on Elm Street set in 4K? Do I even need to dignify that with an answer? Of course I'm gonna pick it up, dude. That's my franchise. Of course. Now, as to when, I don't fucking know. That all depends on you guys and how much we knock out of these dono goals. Want me to do videos about shit? You gotta contribute to the content because I don't get freebies. And the reason I don't get freebies is because last thing I want to be accused of is being a shill. So I don't generally take freebies unless it's with very good reason, and you know. And I don't want studios just shoveling shit at me because they want to have nice reviews. No, I will be honest in my reviews, and as such, that means I have to buy everything myself. So, holy moly. Thunderous. What? What?
Hey Thing. Wishing you the best, buddy. I know what you're feeling, buddy. When my son turned 18, I wanted to know where the time went. She'll always be your little girl.
Dude.
And you heard Daddy, thumbs up emoji.
Dude! I don't even need to look at the PayPal notification to know who that was. Ladies and gentlemen, we just got $181.77 bones from... No, the cents aren't the bones. The dollars are the bones. Anyway, from Thing, who is Jason, who you guys know from the retro videos, the actual real Jason. Holy shitballs, dude. Yeah, it's... Thank you so much. That's going to help out a lot, actually. So, huzzah! We will have food and stuff tomorrow. That's awesome. And that put us right at 25%. Look at that. Sweet. Dude, you can donate that much. You drop that much on the soundboard all the time. You drop more than that on the... You drop like 10 times that amount on the soundboard. Anyway. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's definitely... surreal, isn't it? And that's just one of many reasons I'm a little on edge today, is because, you know, this is the day. This is the day she turns 18. It's not just about losing our benefits, it's about losing my little girl. You know, she's not my little girl anymore. She's a young woman. So, and she's already fiercely independent. I mean, I know it's not going to be long before she's itching to move out on her own, probably with her boyfriend. But, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's good to have, you know, that they'll have the double income, hopefully, and you know, and just be able to support each other and such. Good job, buddy. I think. Church is still trying to figure out how to cover his poops. Yeah, their mom wasn't a very good teacher. Kind of like Rose's mom. I have a feeling I'll be the same when the boys turn 18. Yeah, it's stressful, and the fact that I don't have any smokes or weed or anything, like any of my usual vices to at least help me cope, is very stressful. Well, let me get that big fat juicy dono moving, and hopefully we'll be okay by tomorrow. PayPal's usually pretty quick, unless it's an e-check. E-checks take forever, but very few people use e-checks anymore. Ba-boom! Yeah, by the way, in case you're wondering why that was such an odd dollar amount, it's because Jason is, of course, a fellow Canadian and donated in Canadian. So after the exchange rate, that's what it came out to. So, yeah. Although I think it just shows that, yeah, it's just in Canadian in PayPal. So that's good. Well, let's get that moving, and we can actually get more than just cat food tomorrow. Thank you so much, dude. That really helps out a lot, and will also help with the birthday celebrations a little later this week. Rose and I are going to do some daddy-daughter stuff, which will be nice. You know, there's a Chinese food place we'd like to go to, so that's part of the plan. But that'll really help just kind of get us over the hump. All those humps. Yeah. I have a limit. Now I have to watch what I spend and write everything down. Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me. It didn't seem like you were terribly disciplined with that. Just kind of being very spontaneous. And I imagine there were some concerns. Stop spending all of our money. Hey, buddy. But that's okay. I mean, I appreciate the support, dude. I mean, when you were able, it was really helpful. So thankful. Thankful? I am thankful. Thank you. But you're already dreading it. Hey, you were there as a great friend in high school. Enjoy it. Well, as were you. Like, well, I don't know if you got bullied so much. You were bigger than me. But at least at that stage, I was a runt in like grade 9 and 10. But I got bullied relentlessly through high school. So, you know, it was good to have at least a friend that was reliable and not an asshole, you know? So I appreciate that. Thank you for the years of not being an asshole. This is Rosie's glasses, which I think she's been looking for a very long time. They were hiding on the table there, so we're going to just put those in her room. Whoa. So I was just adjusting the fan in Rose's room to blow the air around a little better. It's like 30 degrees here right now, Celsius, and our air conditioner is fucked. A lot of great memories. Not the yes, not the bully part. But yes, definitely. We'll definitely have to do that podcast we've been talking about for 10 years. Even if it's just a one-off. You know, just reminiscing. stuff like that. Be fun. I have no idea how this goes. This is like some kind of weird necklace thing that Rose has. It's like one of those 3 thing necklaces. I don't know. I'm just gonna move it into her room, I think. Anything else of hers here? An eraser. A black eraser. Okay. The reason we're clearing off this table is we're going to put stuff on it. Basically just to get, because we need to use this more effectively as a table. There's stuff I want to move out of there, because it's not horror stuff. And I want to kind of assess all the horror stuff and see just how much we actually have to do. Yes, he is. But look at him. He's out of the cone. He's happy as can be. He's got his little flea collar on. He's been cleaning himself properly and not hurting himself. We've been going to absolute war on the fleas, and that's what killed our budget this week, was getting all the flea shit. It was like, I don't know how much for all these flea lamps and the flea collars and tea tree oil and everything else. And it was like $170, I think, is what it all came to. We had like 215, so there wasn't a lot left to go around after that, right? So, yeah, no more cone of shame. He was in like a bodysuit, like a onesie, and he kept wiggling out of it. So I was like, well, maybe he's just ready to come out of the there you go. Maybe he's just ready to come out of the thing, you know, like, maybe it's time. And sure enough, he's good. He's doing well. I'd like to raise my glass and say, fuck narcissists. Actually, no, don't fuck narcissists. Do not fuck a narcissist. That's part of how they get in under your skin. So, fuck narcissists. Rose removed one from her life today, and I thought, well, that's a good idea. Why don't I do the same? So I removed one from my life today. It was very good. I don't know why they keep gravitating towards me. It's like, you know, I've been studying narcissism intensely for like 6 years now, since how my previous ex just fucked with me like crazy and turned out to be one. Yeah. So why are you trying all the same tricks? Like, I know the tricks now. You try them, I spot them immediately. I guess narcissists just aren't too bright, are they? Anyway. Although they think they're the most brilliant people in the world. Oh, those silly people. They're so funny and deluded and stupid. So stupid. So very stupid. Whoa, sorry there, Emily. Didn't mean to almost knock you over. Yes, always be polite to the animatronics. You never know. Anything else here? We got... Oh, we have a Batmobile of some kind here. Cool. See, this is something, I have a bunch of these old, like McDonald's toys and stuff. I'm not even 100% sure what all is in here. It's a Batmobile of some kind. So, So I thought something that would be fun as just a little series of short videos would be opening these up, and if they need assembly, assembling them, you know. So I got a bunch. Some of them dating back to like the 80s and 90s. But, yeah. Well, yeah, you guys talking about phones. I'm still using this Samsung Galaxy S9 that a very kind, generous, and, you know, gorgeous viewer sent me. Kind, considerate, and gorgeous. Don't mind my ass. Alright. Make sure you save some for Eclipse. There's not a lot there, buddy. How are we doing? Yeah. Eclipse is waiting her turn at the food. I suspect Church is going to eat it all. There's not a lot left. Hey, Verminard is here. He says it's sadly a trait that is common in the type of women we go for. There are non-narcissists out there, but we got to trim them out of our lives like pubes. They slowly grow, but then you can yank them out. It hurts a bit, but then smooth running. What a lovely analogy. Thank you. And yes, I'm comparing narcissists to pubes. Yes, I've told you this before, JL. Where is it? Yeah, headphone jack. Right. Where's my finger? Right there. Headphone jack. I keep telling you this. All the things you want are on Android, not Apple. Android and PC. PC and Android are like a wonderland of features you have always been whining about wanting on your iPhone. Well, you're never going to get them on your iPhone. You can get them right now on an Android. Right now. He left a little nibble. I'm hopefully getting a PC from Hand-Me-Down. Great. Hopefully it's not 10 years out of date. But even then, like literally, even a 10-year out-of-date computer would have more functionality, like more access to more features than an Apple. And be cheaper. All is under here. Oh. Pieces of things. Oh. I think this might be remnants from Vermin's package. Got something from the vault. All these cool Gothic accessories. Alchemy Gothic, or Alchemy England. And then here. Yeah. No, this must be because I think you sent me one of those skulls. Is that the demon one? Oh, maybe it wasn't one of these ones, but it was, I'm pretty sure it was the Dracula skull. So I still need to, wash all the packing popcorn bits off of it. And then, Just give it a rinse, and then I'll find a place on the shelf for it. Yeah. It's still, I think it's still in its box. Yeah, it's over here. It's over in the corner in the Halloween section there. You can't see it. It's in there, like in there. But yeah, I'll be sure to get that up and running for Halloween this year. All right, let's see what we got here. What state is this in? That's fine. It's just a little dusty. All right. Not even dusty. It's just kind of crumbs. Alright, so first things first, I just want to pull all the non-horror updates out of that section and drop them here so we can kind of see where we're at. Okay, sweetie, don't worry. Don't worry, sweetie. It's all good. It's all good, sweetie pie. It's all good, sweetie. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's good. It's good, sweetie. Sweetie, sweetie, boo. Oh, you want to know what the updates are? Well, you're just going to have to wait for those. I'm not going to give the whole game away right away. I'm not telling you. Stay tuned for the videos when they're done, you know? I mean, if you zoom in, you might be able to see what some of them are. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. But the idea is just to get them over here so I can kind of properly assess how much is left to do. And then kind of go from there, you know what I'm saying? Mostly sci-fi, actually. Here, a little hint there. I don't know if you can tell what those are. But it's some pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool. That's all sci-fi. Is that it? Well, there cannot be only that much left. This is all horror stuff. Good. Any anime or anything? Nope. Und the rest is on the floor there, I think. Okay. There's more updates here. high. That's high speed. I don't know. So is this that leaflet might be from one of the cat ones I got, Rose? Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. I'm kind of glad we're not playing Fortnite tonight because it was sweaty as fuck when I was playing solo earlier. Huh. That's funny. It wasn't overly sweaty last night. Like we didn't seem to have a lot of trouble. You know, even going to the hot spots, like all the bug fights. But actually, I find that it seems like not a lot of people go for the bug fights. They just, do they not like them, or I don't know. But I like them. I think I like them because it's like, you know, it's like procedural. Like it has a procedure to it you have to go through. I like stuff like that. Probably why I liked Observation so much, and what was it, Stories Untold, very procedural. I don't know, I like stuff like that. Probably because of my, you know, neurospicy brain. Yeah, even Jail liked the bug fights, and Scully liked the bug fights. Well, there you go. So, and Vermin says, yeah, that'll be a problem for the next week or so. Then it'll be less sweaty by the end of the week. Yeah, probably. Probably. Alright, what do we got here? Any updates here? I think it's mostly stuff that we've already done. There is the Avatar game. I'll put that with the games. Okay, so stuff that... So did anybody look at the events on the Discord? There might be a new event on the schedule. Something to kick off Halloween early. I have done all of these. So... Oh, no, I haven't done all of these. I don't know if I was going to do... I was going to bother with that one, actually. I don't know. Okay. So ones that need to go back on the shelves, I'm just going to put over here for the moment, just to get them off the desk. Oh, look. Look what's right here. Look what's been sitting next to my camera for literally years, and we have yet to play. I'm so sorry, Vermin. I'm such a bad friend. Bad Z. The worst. Just awful. What an awful human being I am. Just terrible. In every conceivable way. Beyond awful. Horrible. Horrid, awful human being of awful horridness. We got here. Oh, and then we got a stack of video games. Yeah, get those out of here. It's taking up space. Yeah, I'll just put them here for now. Look at, you get everything sort of generally into the area where their homes are, you know what I mean? Okay, that can go back. That can go back. This needs to go in my other room. Early printing of Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Very cool. I'll put that there. This I need to finish reading and review. The Captain Power Companion. Very cool. Cosmos. Martian Chronicles. Total Extermination Set. Total. Okay, I think these are all updates. Yeah, these are all updates. Okay. So we got sci-fi, we got comic book movies. Alright, these are kind of organized too, so let's do that. Okay. Abracadabra, abracadabra. Avatar. Gotta love that papyrus font. Oh, you don't think it's papyrus? Load up something in papyrus. Or load up your word processor. Type Avatar. Switch it to papyrus. And then put it in bold. That is motherfucking papyrus. Who wrote that book? It's okay, the sequel is only about to come out soon. I'll just write you out of it, lol. You're referenced even more in the sequel, yeah. Just editing stages at the moment with it, and I need to do the cover art. Been concentrating on the comics more lately and doing special artwork for some fucker. Ha ha ha! Excellent. At least it's not Comic Sans. Yeah, no kidding, eh? So many duplicated movies I need to get rid of. I just finished putting them in the box. Yeah, dude. That's the best thing you can do. Sell your duplicates. You get money. You get shelf space. And then stop buying the same things over and over. What the hell's wrong with you? Buy things you don't already own. Like, I can understand maybe one for to have as a backup or something. Like, there's a few things I've had to repurchase because of, disc rot issues or whatever. Like, for example, when I was ripping my Voltron DVDs, I discovered that one of the discs in Green Lion. What? Why did that shake? Earthquake! Alright. Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. Those were different times. I need to learn eBay. It's not difficult. Just make sure you cover your own ass in your description. You don't want people trying to rip you off. Razor wire reviews. Great font ain't broke. Mm-hmm. Did you guys see, you must have seen that, I think it was an SNL sketch with Ryan, what's his face? Not Reynolds. Blade Runner guy, Ryan Gosling, I guess. Is that Gosling? Anyway, that guy. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. All about how he came to realize that the Avatar font was papyrus, and it just became, it was like played out like this dark conspiracy theory type movie, and he was trying to like expose the guy for his laziness and stuff. Like the font guy, or the whoever did the poster art. And yeah, it's quite funny. I enjoy it. Green Lion. Yes. The Green Lion set. That's the one that Pidge flies. Selling a few extra Back to the Future things I have better copies of. Yeah, I mean, and that's a very normal thing to do with your collection, is to, get rid of the duplicates. Get rid of old, outdated editions that you don't need anymore. I mean, especially if all the extras and stuff have been ported over, why are you keeping those old editions? They're just taking up space, So, that's it. And in some cases, older editions might have certain features that later editions don't. Yes, damn fool idealistic creator, well, he is a creator, but Crusader, he'll tell you all about any number of editions where, they have a crappy transfer, or the sound mix is wrong, or not, doesn't include the original, or whatever. There's a lot of reasons to keep some of those older editions. So, well, yeah, or there's just ones that you want to keep. But, don't be, super stingy about it. The goal here is to make money and to recover shelf space, So don't be super sticky about that. Unless, for me, there's, maybe 3 or 4 movies that I like to have a bajillion different editions of because I'm obsessed with those movies. We all have movies like that in our collections. But, just don't be like that with 100 movies, Yes, upgrade from DOS 3 to Windows 11. Yes, and greetings, Tony. Mom is giving me her old PC. Excellent. I hope it's not super old. But anyway, that's cool. Alright, so now we got some more things to... These need to go back on the shelf, but we got some more things to update that are down in the pile here. Which we started doing a while ago and just haven't gotten back to. We did the dark fantasy stuff, right? Yeah, I'm sure we did. Why the hell is it here? Why is it still in this pile? No idea. No. Nope. Did I do a dark fantasy update? I could have sworn I did a dark fantasy update. Oh well. Anime. Ah, there they are. Lots of anime. 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 This is closer look stuff. This is update stuff. These are done. Pretty sure these are done too. I don't really need to do a closer look at those. Right. Okay. Now here. Okay, so we got some closer look stuff here. Hold on. Let me move these off the table because we want to put things on the table. Let me take my shoes off. Okay. That's the flea collar, in case you're wondering. This is another one. Useful when you're sitting on the floor and dealing with flea infestation. Whee! Fun! Okay. So we have Conan. Conan the Librarian. Yep, and primer and hardware. Okay, so these will all be closer looks. Demolition Man, closer look. Message from Space. Where's the other one? Is it here? Silent Running. Closer look. Barbarella. Closer look. Heavy Metal. Closer look. Tank Girl. Closer look. Stone Tape. And The Prisoner. Closer looks. That's a stack of closer looks right there. Here. Yeah, here it is. Message from Space, Albegus and Daltanius. That's almost Voltron. We did those. Combattler V we're going to redo. So that's all updates of anime. Anime. Okay. What do we got here? Bastards of the Universe. Time Crimes. Caligula, the ultimate penis and vagina cut. And Super Mario Brothers, the ultimate penis and vagina cut. You guys can't even see that there. Sucks to be you. Anyway, those are all closer looks. I'm fine. Oh, hey, Jordan. Perfect timing. I want both Mac and PCs. No, Mac is pants. Macs are okay, really. I just don't like them. Yeah, no. They're overpriced, and their interface is shit. I need to get the Big Bang Theory complete series. PC is a better thing to learn, though, in the long term. Macs are good editing machines, though, but PCs, you can do so much more. And once you get a basic PC, if it's not really old, you can upgrade components instead of having to buy new systems. Exactly. It's so much cheaper and so much more customizable. I had the same basic components in a PC for about 10 years, just kept upgrading it after a couple of years, new bits. Even this new PC I have now, certain parts are over 20 years old. My case is, but it's a server tower. The rest of my PC is pretty upper end. Excellent. Someone say Time Crimes? Ironically, I haven't seen Time Crimes since December. Well, what's the matter with you? It's time to rewatch Time Crimes again for the millionth time. Crimes. Alright, so just check in for any more non-horror stuff over here. No, I think that's it. There's really not that much left. And then beyond that, yeah, all the rest is horror. Excellent. So we actually made quite a dent in it a few months back when we did that big wave of updates. So that's pretty cool. God. Alright. Golayuan. Golayuan. Okay, we went too high. What is this? Take on Me? Just singing the damn Go Lion theme. Come on. Come on. Hi, sweetie. Kitty's over there. Kitties are very chill right now. Very chill cats. Okay, so how is it I have that big a stack of Disney stuff, but only that little amount of space on the shelf? How the hell is that all going to fit? So literally nobody looked at the events, eh? Okay, cool. Maybe I'll just stop doing them. Nobody cares. Should I stop doing the events, guys? You don't want to do screenings anymore? It'd be a lot easier for me to just not do anything anymore. A lot easier. Very easy. To do nothing. No, I had a special section for Tron. Where is it? Do. What the hell is it? Well, up here. Whatever. Oh, no, this is all. I'll put this over here. Alright, good enough. Gets all that stuff's together. These with the Voltrons. It's Daltanius and Dalvegas. There we go. This is not meant to be a deep clean, just a basic reorganizing. So I'm not being overly finicky about it. I just kind of want to get everything more or less where it belongs, you know? Into the general vicinity of their homes. Alright. So I think that's about it that remains for the DVDs and Blu-rays, actually. There's not really not that much left. So that's all the stuff, all the non-horror stuff that I need to update, and then we get into the horror section. Let me just put this in perspective for you. I don't know how well you can see it, but this entire end shelf, this is all new stuff that I haven't updated yet. There's more on the table. There's more all along the bottom row. There's more on the shelves that I couldn't fit in there. So, and that's just the DVDs and Blu-rays, mostly Blu-rays and a lot of 4Ks. There's also graphic novels. There's also manga, which I haven't even touched on yet. So, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. That'd be a good size update. I got a whole bunch of post-apocalyptic stuff too, so that'll all factor in there somewhere. Honestly, don't know what else I can do right now. I mean, it's too fucking hot to film, so I don't know. How you doing up there, Chucky? Sure you want to kill me for having been laying on your side for so long. Let's put this over here for now. What was this? You saw it, you're interested in it, you will be here. There, watching it. Yes. Plus, I think we get to watch a really young Firuza Bulk battling wheelies and a multi-headed witch. I think that is part of the Dark Disney stuff. Yes, yes it is. That was her first film, apparently. And I've never seen it. So, yeah. So I got that. I also have the work print version of it, which obviously I don't want to watch until I've seen the main version. But yeah, very cool indeed. Well, it's been an hour since our last dono. We do have a bit of a reprieve thanks to old friends appearing out of the blue. But, you know, let's keep going. There's another 75%. No, I never use Voodoo. You know I don't use Voodoo. I don't use Voodoo, I don't use Plex, I don't use any of that shit. The things I've ripped and want to watch are right here on my hard drives. That's it. I don't mess with any of those systems. The only thing I mess with those with is just to have a backup. I have a cloud backup system. And, you know, I have Google Drive for the moment, which I don't always keep because sometimes I like to keep that $15 a month in my pocket, you know? So. But yeah, I have no use for those. It just seems like I'd be spending more time managing them than actually watching things, you know? And I'd rather just watch things. I'm going to put the... Oh, we got a few more things here. I'm going to put this rather valuable paperback back in the Star Wars section. I'll be back. Fuck off. So for dinner tonight, I made fettuccine. Yeah! But I didn't have any sauce. So I used fettuccine with mayonnaise and some of that tuna salad some of you guys saw a while back from Ocean. Yeah, it's alright. It's perfectly edible. Had veggies and protein and lentils. So I would have preferred a nice hearty meaty pasta or a nice creamy chicken Alfredo with big mushrooms and stuff in it, but I was just going to have some more fettuccine and maybe just throw some mayo on it, but then I realized I don't want it right now, so we're just going to keep doing this instead. By the way, people need to see. Has this zoomed in at all? Do we have hold on. Really? The gesture is supposed to turn the zoom on and off. Wait, do two hands? Hands up. Why is it not registering? I don't know. Like, I wanted it to be zoomy. Oh, there we go. I think we got it. So if I move back here. Excellent. All right. I must be careful not to do hand gestures that accidentally turn it off. That will help. Plex is good for beaming stuff to the TV. Okay. I can do that with all of my physical setup here. I can just hit the button on the switcher and it goes to the TV. I don't need a third-party service to do that and manage all my content for me. Yeah. So useless to me. Redundant. I have hardware locally in my home that serves the same purpose. So. Yeah, baby. I don't even know how to look at any of that stuff. Whoa! What's going on? Why did it zoom over there? What? What's going on? Oh, never mind. I hovered over the taskbar and it tried to get me. It tried to forcibly take me into Chrome. How rude! Now I could have sworn I had another Doctor Who thing, but I guess I don't. I just have that one, the Peter Cushing one, that I've now buried in there somewhere. I'm fine. Got these to do. Yeah, a couple more Doctor Who things. Also have. All these VHS tapes came from. Over there. They go in there. Yeah, I can put them in there. That's good. Just want to get them off the floor, you know? Know what I mean, Vern? That's the nice thing about having this beast on wheels. Meals on wheels. So yeah, there's a few tapes I need to keep out because they will be the subject of a video that I'll be working on shortly. What? What are you doing? Oh, you're being a dick. I see. That's fine. I'm used to that. Noticed, speaking of Star Trek stuff, I have a Star Trek, here I'll show you. I actually have a couple of things, which I should probably capture, because I don't know how available they are out there. I forgot about these. So two things that I guess, I think my mom picked up for the 25th anniversary. So we got the Star Trek 25th anniversary special. Old Paramount VHS release. Let's see, 92 minutes. And there we go. Very nice. I think, yeah, this came out around the time of Star Trek 6. And then we got this special tape. William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy live on stage, reminiscing about 25 years of Star Trek. Pretty cool. So, yeah, I think I'll, these might have, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are my mom's. But, anyway, I'll have to capture those at some point. Ow. So I guess 25 years. So Next Generation came out in 60 or 87, which was the 21st. So would have been like around the time of the 4th season of Next Generation, I guess. Cool. All right, we got more updates here. We got documentaries. We've got Akira, good old Akira. Gotta love Akira. You just want to be punched in the teeth? Why are you pronouncing it like that? Akira. I love Akira. Akira Kurosawa. Yes, Akira Kurosawa. Excellent director. I love Akira. Did that... The bottom clip of this just broke. For fuck's sake. Alright, I want to keep that. Put this back over here. Yeah, it's kind of a neat one. I got the 4K edition of Macross, Do You Remember Love? Sad part is it's not a very good transfer. Oh, flea powder all over my desk and in my keyboard. That's lovely. That's lovely. Yeah. Alright, so anyway, we got the final box set of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. That's the Canadian version. Is the chat seriously so dead it's not even on screen now? It times out after a few minutes. Yeah. Don't need to manage any content. Heh. Just chuck a film in a folder, beam it to the TV, done. Obviously for you it serves no purpose, yes. Well, also having to rely on a wireless connection. I'm very much of the old school hardwired ilk. I do not trust Wi-Fi. Now, it's not some conspiracy theory bullshit. It's like, oh, they're beaming cancer into our brains. No. I just don't trust the stability of the connection. That's it. There's this having worked in internet tech support, I know how fucky Wi-Fi actually is. Oh, they try to sell it to you like it's magic, but it is not. It is honestly crap. And I can't believe it's survived as long as it has. And that people swear by it. And, like, yeah. Whatever. People just like things that are substandard quality, I guess. I mean, the popularity of McDonald's should be proof enough of that. So, yeah. So anyway, when I do that Akira update, it's gonna be a bit of a beast because I want to pull out all my Akira stuff just to kind of give some context as to why this is cool and exciting for me. So, yeah. Great. Ow! Okay, that almost cramped my toe. That's how old and frail I am. Ow. We're just going to move this back a little bit so I can get to the stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do I even want to? Yeah, I guess we can do this a little bit. You guys can actually see that. That's how robust. Can you just fuck off? Just blowing it everywhere. forget what this stuff is. It's a flea powder. It's Damascus earth. No, not Damascus. That's the desert that Lawrence of Arabia came out of. Something with the D. I forget, but it's supposed to be good for killing fleas. Those VHS tapes are some Doctor Who stuff that I didn't realize I had actually saved. So, I'm going to do a video about those, and no missing episodes, nothing like that. It's just stuff I taped off PBS that's apparently kind of rare, so, yeah. But it's some cool stuff. Some of which other people sent the BBC recordings of my things instead of just getting in touch with me, who has the original tapes. So it would have been much better quality. But that's okay. Maybe for a re-release of those items, they can use my recordings. But it's not, like, just to be clear, it's not even about me getting credit. It's just about the best quality of the recordings being out there. You know what I mean? So... Crazy, man. Let's check in something here. Alright. So I guess when I go to bed tonight, I'm just going to sleep until the money comes in. I can get smokes and food. I was just looking at how much cat food was left. Not much. I think there's enough for one more bowl. Conserve your food, guys. It's gonna have to last. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Hello, Sean. Shall we play a game? War games. No. Let's play Global Thermonuclear War. That sounds fun. Need to get hardwired to my PS5 for my Portal. What? What are you talking about? Dude, the Portal is a wireless device. If you're gonna plug in, just use a fucking controller. Having a hardwired connection at the base console isn't going to have any effect on the Portal. I don't understand. I don't understand why you're so invested in that device anyway. Like, it just seems like it's given you nothing but grief since day one. You know? Oh. Interesting. Why is this 2 stereo jacks? I'm so confused. And then it goes to 1. What? For what? I don't know. I didn't again. mysterious bag of mystery. Ornament. Actually, this is something else I'd like to do is because Jet Blast has sent us all these wonderful Hallmark ornaments, like Doctor Who ones and Fortnite ones and Star Trek ones. So I'd love to do some little closer look videos at these, maybe for the holidays. Hey, sweetie. You're right in my way, sweetie. Stand up. Excuse me. Pardon me. Thank you. Fuck! Stop dropping them. Alright, that's the wrong cupboard. Hold on. You're just hearing the chaos. Trust me, there's chaos aplenty. Okay. Yeah, you sent quite a few over the years. I'll have to dig them all out. We have a Christmas box that we keep most of that stuff in, and then do nice close-ups, because I don't think we've ever really taken a proper closer look at them, other than in the original package openings. Speaking of which, there's another package from Jet Blast that we got to open up, so we'll probably do that sometime soon. $13. Doctor Who fans will know what I mean by that. I have a box of my Doctor Who toys. I don't know where the hell to put them. I have no room on my shelves anymore. I don't want to just put them on top because that's dumb. Well, they just get all dusty up there, right? So. Alright, what time is it? It is 8 o'clock. Well, I mean, this is getting there, you know. Packing material. I do have a lot of stuff that I need to package up and send away forever. So anyway, if people could just stop fucking around with me, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. Just stop being horrible people. If you're a horrible person, just stay the fuck away from me. I don't want horrible people in my life. I've had enough of them. I have too much self-respect to deal with horrible people. Selfish, garbage humans. Okay, why is the subject still Power Rangers versus Starship Troopers? Fuck's sake, YouTube, will you actually acknowledge my title changes? Nobody mentioned anything about that. Well, sorry for those of you who are expecting Fortnite. Let me just change the title there. Okay. It didn't take any of my description shit. God damn it. Ugh. Oh, there. Like, I literally changed all of this prior to streaming. It's supposed to take it, and then it just... I even checked to make sure it went through. It did. Alright. Hashtag cleaning, hashtag physical media, hashtag Halloween. Tidying and prepping for vids. Retro vids later if we hit the daily goal. Well, the daily goal I set at $50 because we've been getting so little the past week. I thought that was a nice, small, easily obtainable goal. And then we got a big, fat, juicy dono of $181. So that's more than enough to cover it. So I always do a couple hours of retro videos, a little bit. I got a whole bunch of news stories that I recorded back in the 80s and early 90s. I figure we just kind of pick up for... Alright, I don't need to hear that, dude. That's kind of rude. And, you know, you can hang out with me regardless of what I'm doing. I mean... I say this all the fucking time. I really wish people would just get over their prejudice over whatever game I'm playing and understand that, are you here for the game I'm playing or are you here for me? Like, are you here to hang out with the Z-Man or are you just here to watch whatever game it is, right? Like, why are you actually here? So, what I'm playing shouldn't matter. And the thing is, like, as far as Fortnite goes... Typically, in a Fortnite stream, we're actually playing the game for about 30% of the time, if that. Most of the time, we're sitting in the lobby talking about movies and shit. So if you like that, watch the damn Fortnite streams. You're missing out on so much conversation about the things you like. So don't avoid them just because we're playing. I play Fortnite because it's a stress relief for me, and I enjoy it. I'm not obsessed with the game, but I enjoy it. And it allows me to interact and play with my friends and, you know, stuff like that. But, like, the lobby chat, there is so much in the lobby chat that you guys miss because you can't get past the fact I'm playing Fortnite. You know, like, it's not about the game. It's about what we're doing while we're playing the game, what we're talking about while we're playing the game. I just get so tired of hearing that. Are you still going on about Apple devices, Jail? Jesus Christ, please change the subject. Please. I don't know why you're so obsessed with Apple. They really are terrible. Anyway. Alright, well, let's put together a playlist here. Everything I do is like that, dude. I'm never not talking about movies and collecting and all that stuff. Like, you know, the only time I might not be is if I'm playing a really intense story-based game where I just want to focus on the story. But something light like Fortnite where it's just, you know, rounds... Yeah, we talk about stuff all the time. Well, you got like 7 years worth of streams you can catch up on. Or just look at some of the clips. Don't be put off by it being a Fortnite lobby. Actually go by what the content of the clip is. You know? And that goes for everybody, but I'm not singling Starwho out. That goes for everybody. Don't lose out on things you will enjoy because of petty prejudices. That's just silly. Let me see where we're at here. Do I still have those on the, yes I do, okay. Where did we leave off? Yeah, we can start with that one. Okay. So... how much is this stuff here? Just want to grab a couple hours worth. Okay, that should be good. Lots of stuff from the News 4 Night Beat. I think was out of Detroit, if I remember correctly. Okay. What the hell did I just do? Yeah, don't do that. Come on. Let me move it. Thank you. I like to move it, move it. There. Okay. Ah! What did you just do? There. Okay. It's fine. Where are you? There. It's fine. Just gonna move a bunch of shit over. Yeah, I put a whole bunch of these clips on the desktop a little while ago just to get them going, you know. Okay, I think we're all set. So... go here. Ah. What the hell did the camera do? Hello? It's like it was zooming in while it was shrinking it down. It's so weird.
And her baby crying.
Just stop.
Through.
Stop. Okay. There we are. The Thunderbirds 60th anniversary Blu-ray. Nice. I only have the DVD set. I'd like to get the Blu-ray set. I think didn't the Andersons become their own boutique label? Like they're doing it themselves now, like officially. Kind of like what Hammer's doing. Or Hammer's their own boutique label now too. I've been trying to keep up with the releases. It's hard. They've been putting out like almost monthly releases lately. Bit of a pricey subscription. I wish they'd slow down a bit. But yeah, some fantastic sets coming from them. Alright, so short break from me, and then we shall return with some retro goodness. Alright. Actual recordings of actual news from the actual 80s and 90s. See you soon.
Fuck.
Where you at?
Tell me with the lightsaber, and I'm dead.
Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god. We got a TIE fighter and an X-Wing. Oh my god, they're fighting each other in the air above us. Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, let's see if I can res you before somebody comes.
Yeah, well, they're all distracted by the freaking dogfight over our head. Maybe I should turn the camera off and let my character do the talking. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I think that's what I'll do. I'll turn.
No.
No! Why do you need to see me? I'm not anywhere near as entertaining as that character is. There we go. Now I can at least pretend to be funny. Ha ha! Look at me! I'm so funny! Okay.
Anyways.
Yes, hello. Yes, the whole bathroom experience, Carlat. If the bathroom was an amusement park, we went on every ride today. And then we went on that one loop-de-loop where the guy barfs at the top, and then whoever hit, and then it reaches the bottom by the time you circle back around and lands right back in your face. So, yeah. I saw a video where that happened. It's horrifying. Those poor people. So tragic. Crime City. Oh, they're actually dismantling the wolf guy's stuff. The forklift here with one of his statues on it.
Nice.
I like little bits of story that are in the environment. Really?
It's possible, yeah.
Yep. Please glitch. Nobody can get the lightsaber from Vader.
Oh shit.
That's so weird. Hey Vader, give us the stuff.
Come on, come on, come on. That's all
Alright,
the
let's
heals
get
I
in the car.
want.
Let's get in the car.
If I don't
Oh,
make it,
fuck.
just keep going.
Oh my god. You know what? I think it's like a 10 tick.
Yeah.
That should be equipped. That needs to be equipped.
Oh my god. No. This is interesting. Time travel, a journey through history. Bob Hope, 1903. We have traveled through time, apparently, to like janky 90s Google. Alright, excellent.
More stuff. Okay. Yeah.
And heard the baby crying Thursday afternoon and called police. Anyone with information concerning the infant is asked to contact the Detroit Police Child Abuse Unit. A Detroit grandmother was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of 7-month-old Jubilee Holloway. 39-year-old Betty Holloway was convicted of starving to death her 7-month-old granddaughter. Charges were dropped against the child's 14-year-old mother. The little girl weighed only 7 pounds when she died. A defense motion was issued Thursday to reduce the charge against Leonard Tyburski from second-degree murder to manslaughter. Tyburski is accused of killing his wife and then keeping her body in a freezer for 3 years. The defense claims Tyburski was victimized by his wife's affair with the daughter's boyfriend and killed her in self-defense. Judge Hathaway will let the jury decide whether to reduce that charge against Tyburski to manslaughter. The case could go to the jury on Monday. A 38-year-old Farmington Hills man will have his day in court next month to urge the court to let him die. David Rivlin is a quadriplegic and is asking a judge to allow him to be removed from life support systems that he's been on for the past 2 years. Rivlin says he should be allowed to die because he does not see any difference between himself and a brain-dead patient on a respirator. Residents in the metro area are still cleaning up after Wednesday's severe flooding. Farmington Hills was hardest hit by the heavy rains. Residents spent the day cleaning up basements and living rooms as floodwaters started to recede. Residents across the metro area are crossing their fingers, hoping that no more heavy rain will hit. Time now to check in with Chuck and see about that forecast. Chuck?
Well, Rich, we have the slight chance overnight and through the daytime tomorrow for very widely scattered showers or thunderstorms. But overnight, the big problem will once again be dense fog. Very humid out there. The low eventually getting down to about 65. These are all daytime highs pictured across the country. Chicago on Thursday hit 90 degrees for the first time in the season. It should do it again on Friday. We will be mid to upper 80s and very humid with hazy sunshine after that morning fog. Rich?
Okay, Chuck, thanks. In sports this morning, Detroit Pistons guard Joe Dumars was in the Big Apple on Thursday to receive a trophy for being named the most valuable player in the NBA championship finals. Dumars was all smiles when he received the award for his hard work during the playoffs against the LA Lakers. He averaged 27 points a game with a 58% shooting average. The newest member of the marsupial family at the San Francisco Zoo was on display Thursday. The male baby koala bear clung tightly to his mother in his first public appearance. The baby emerged from his mother's pouch last month. The zoo hasn't come up with a name yet for the koala, and it is offering a trip for 4 to Australia for the zoo visitor who comes up with the best name. How about Soupy the marsupial? That's the news. I'm Rich Make. Late Night with David Letterman is next. Have a good morning, everybody.
This is a WDAZ news break.
Good morning, everyone. Right now in Grand Forks, we have showers and 59 degrees. I'll have more in the forecast a little bit later. The Pillsbury Company says it's agreed to sell its potato processing plant in Grand Forks to the R.D. Offutt Company of Fargo. Company officials wouldn't disclose the purchase price, but the plant has reportedly been appraised at $1.2 million. A spokesman for Offutt says the plant may be used to produce frozen specialty potato products, but no details have been revealed. A plan to ease a space crunch at the elementary school in Roseau, Minnesota has many parents upset. The plan calls for busing 40 students to Wanaska Elementary School, 13 miles away. The Roseau School District held a lottery yesterday to determine which students should go and which will be allowed to stay. Parents are lashing out at the idea, saying there should be other alternatives, but the school's superintendent says the decision to send kids to another school facility is the best alternative. The school board will meet next Thursday with the parents affected by the student lottery. Another lottery will be held for 6th grade children this morning. North Dakota elementary and secondary education officials are eyeing an unexpected surplus in the state's treasury. They've asked that $7 million that was cut during last year's drought be restored. Governor George Sinners says he's reviewing the request. He says he's uncertain whether special statutes require the dispersion of such funds to schools when surplus money becomes available. And I'll have more right after this.
9,000 feet up in the Rockies, this town of 1,500 is normally quiet, but not this weekend. Come with us to Colorado for the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. See what happens when 35,000 fans roll into town looking for a Rocky Mountain high. Plus, the only hotel in the world that washes its money. What's behind their clean coin fetish? See it now, USA Today on TV, and see it from a different angle.
Friday at 5 p.m.
A rural Erskine woman and her 8 children are homeless after fire heavily damaged their home yesterday. The house about a mile east of Erskine near the Winnemac Motel was being rented by Mary Balderston. 8 people were in the house at the time, but everyone was able to escape unharmed. The Polk County Sheriff's Department says most of the damage was done to the upstairs of the home. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. State Senator Harry Tallickson is facing a drunk driving charge after losing control of his car late Wednesday night. The 64-year-old Tallickson was taken to United Hospital in Grand Forks. He's listed in satisfactory condition. The Walsh County Sheriff's Department says Tallickson was eastbound on State Highway 17 at 10:30 on Wednesday night when he lost control at the junction of Highway 18. The Grafton Democrat is one of the state's more influential members, serving as chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee. And people are going hog wild over one of the more unusual attractions at the Grand Forks County Fair this year. The Rapid Razorback Pig Races made their debut before cheering crowds on opening day, and now it seems everyone's gone pig crazy. We caught up with the speedy little characters at the track yesterday.
less than 10 minutes till the rip-roaring, rootin', tootin', rock-and rollin', rapid Razorback race team out of Hot Springs, Arkansas comes out here and shows you swine racing at its finest. Come on out here and watch my hams jam.
Actually, they race for an Oreo cookie. At the end of every race, there's a pan with a fistful of food and one Oreo cookie. 4 pigs, 1 cookie. The only one that gets the cookie is the first one around, and if you don't think they like cookies, watch the race. I can train pigs to run 125 feet in less than a week, and I start when they're 3 weeks old. That's the truth. They are, I'll tell you what, they're more intelligent than horses and dogs ever thought of it, that's for sure. I wish I could have pari-mutuel pig racing. I'd probably be a millionaire.
I expect to see something very different than I've ever seen before. The pigs run after the Oreo cookie, I understand. So we hope we see a good race.
I'm gonna bet on the Daily Double. You're gonna.
Nobody thought to mention that I was muted this whole time. I've been given like the best commentary.
That's true.
Anyway.
Now, a quick look at the forecast for our area today. We should have partly cloudy skies and a slight chance of thunderstorms, a high in the upper 70s and a light wind tonight. It should be partly cloudy, a low near 55, and then for tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance of showers, a high in the mid-70s.
Mr.
In Grand
Pig,
Forks this
yeah.
hour, we have showers in 59. It's 58 in Devil's Lake. That's all the time we have for now. Join me again on Monday morning.
Oh. Da 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 da.
Midday with Valerie Pringle and Paul Workman.
Good afternoon. This is Midday for Friday, June 23rd.
On the show today, holy height, zap, pow.
Yeah.
After months of promotion, Batman finally comes to the big screen. We'll talk to a couple of Batman fanatics, Bat fans, about
June
the long way to
23rd,
The Nazi battleship
1989.
Bismarck, sunk in 1941,
Opening
has been
day
found in
for
good
Batman.
condition at the bottom of the Atlantic, and we'll talk today to Dr. Robert Ballard.
St. Vincent de Paul Penitentiary
Dr.
is where
Robert
they used to send
Ballard.
Quebec's worst offenders.
It
These
was
days it's a tourist
the
attraction.
science
And for only
expert
$1,
in
you can have a look
Sequest.
inside. We'll do just that.
We'll also look at William Hurt's legal problems and celebrate the 100th anniversary of the bra in the Entertainment Week in Review.
First, though, Noelle Richardson with the Midday News.
Good afternoon. Ontario Premier David Peterson is in for the fight of his political life.
Excellent. Do we have the whole show of this, or is it just...
rocked by a major scandal. But last night, the scandal spread to his own office. Peterson's top aide was forced to resign.
Yes, this is actually
Gordon
the
Ashworth
full
was the
midday
most
show.
powerful
Excellent.
non-elected
Perfect.
Liberal in Ontario. He admitted to
Kind of a
receiving
rarity.
gifts through a business deal arranged by Patricia Starr, a prominent Liberal fundraiser. Starr is at the center of a controversy over illegal campaign contributions. But this is the first time she's been directly linked to the Premier's office. And there are signs that Peterson is beginning to feel the heat.
I feel like I
Harsh sigh.
It's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, don't wait for me to notice. You got to tell me when there's technical problems, dude.
Liberal government has rarely been threatened, but last night that changed. Gordon Ashworth, the Premier's top aide, was forced to resign after it became known he'd accepted gifts from a
I always
well-known
do
and
commentary
influential
for
Toronto developer.
stuff
At issue
we
was a
watch.
paint job for Ashworth's house and a new refrigerator. The developer was Tridel Corporation, run by this man, Elvio Del Zotto, president of the Ontario wing of the Federal Liberal Party. But what is most embarrassing for Peterson is the fact the deal was arranged by the woman on the left, Patricia Starr. Until recently, she was a political appointee, but was forced to resign after reports she'd made illegal contributions to provincial and federal politicians. One of the politicians, David Peterson's brother, Jim.
We naively felt that if, in fact, anything was incorrect, somebody would tell us.
The money allegedly came from a charity Starr ran for the National Council of Jewish Women. Starr's activities are under investigation, but her link to Ashworth, the man considered the most influential official in the Liberal government, has the opposition calling for a judicial inquiry.
And that what is rotten is not some obscure thing that's happening on the fringes. What is rotten
is happening at the very core of his administration.
So far, there's no evidence Gordon Ashworth offered or gave any favors in return for his
Cass
bridge and
would
paint
love
job.
this. He
Nevertheless, Premier
loves
Peterson
old
has
politics.
ordered an immediate police investigation. Gillian Finley, CBC News, Toronto.
Residents of Webequie are going home. More than 400 of them were forced to leave the northwestern Ontario town on Wednesday because of forest fires. Firefighters say the situation is now under control, but about 200 residents of Lansdowne House will have to stay away from their homes until a forest fire south of their village is no longer a threat. A ceasefire goes into effect tomorrow as a first step
We have
to
definitely
ending
not
Angola's
watched
14-year
this
civil
before.
war. Agreement to stop the bloody conflict was reached yesterday at a summit of
I have
African
never
leaders
shown
in
this
Zaire.
before.
The war pitted Angola's Soviet-backed Marxist government against U.S.-backed rebels. It claimed tens of thousands of lives and left Angola's economy in ruins. A report from CNN's Gary Stryker.
After 14 years of civil war, Angola's President Dos Santos and UNITA rebel leader Jonas Savimbi shook hands in a symbolic gesture of reconciliation. Zambia's President Kenneth Kaunda called it a great moment for Africa. But aside from the ceasefire, which takes effect tomorrow, the terms of the peace plan are still unclear. Official news agency reports say the two leaders agreed to establish a government of national unity. Zaire's President Mobutu Sese Seko will head a commission that will bring about national reconciliation. But there is no mention of the free elections which Savimbi has always demanded. The reports also mention a 2-year period of self-imposed exile for Savimbi, an idea the rebel leader had previously ruled out. Both sides in the civil war have lost key military support as a result of the settlement in neighboring Namibia, the Angolan government from the Soviet Union and Cuba, and UNITA from South Africa. The war has reached a stalemate, and there has been intense diplomatic pressure to find a solution to the conflict. Gary Stryker, CNN, Nairobi.
China chastised nations imposing trade sanctions today, saying they'll regret their actions. Vice Premier Chao Jun said there's money to be made, and if one country pulls out, a competing nation will move in. Belgium announced today it's frozen loans and stopped funding new projects in China. Italy said it has suspended development aid because of what was called China's unacceptable repression. On the financial markets this hour, the dollar is up at 83.96 cents U.S. Gold is up at 377 American. On the stock exchanges in Toronto, the TSE 300 Composite Index is up 26.88 points. And in New York, the Dow is up 29 points.
Quite a difference from these
has
days.
passed the 26 million mark. The exact figure, according to Statistics Canada, is 26,164,200. The agency says most of the increase was due to natural growth, the number of births exceeding the number of deaths. The rest of the gain was due to immigration. In Saskatchewan, a controversial dam project is in the spotlight. Public meetings began last night into 2 dams to control the flow of the Souris River. One of the dams, the Rafferty, was already under construction, but work was halted last April after a federal court ruled that more environmental studies were needed. The province appealed the ruling but lost. Now the public is having its say. Terry White reports.
This is the first of 6 public meetings on the project to dam the Souris River and Moose Mountain Creek. North Dakota, which is downstream, wants the project for flood control. Governor Sinner brought photographs of past floods.
We plead only with you to help us get a solution that we can move forward with.
The U.S. is paying half the cost of the dams. Except for spring floods, the Souris is a slow, small river. Premier Devine represents the Estevan riding where the Rafferty Dam was being built. Many of his constituents see the natural flow of the river as a waste.
It frustrates them to stand helpless in the spring and watch the water rush by, knowing full well that come summer they'll be rationing to conserve every last drop of rainfall.
It was the Canadian Wildlife Federation that successfully took the government to court for not following the proper environmental procedures. Lauren Scott won an award from the Federation for his efforts. He says Saskatchewan's duck population has fallen by 80% in the past 3 decades.
We cannot afford to further jeopardize our precious waterfowl resource.
Some people don't appreciate his concern.
Their habitat objectives are not to protect wildlife, but rather to ensure that there are enough ducks and geese for their fall recreational killing sprees.
Construction of the Rafferty Dam stopped in April when the license was pulled. The hearings are part of the process that was supposed to be done first to determine whether the project is environmentally sound. Terry White, CBC News, Regina.
Another dam project, this one in New Brunswick, has hit a small but
Another
mighty
dam
roadblock.
project.
The mega project would cost nearly $1 billion and create hundreds of jobs. But standing in the way is a small plant, a tiny bit of vegetation with the full power of the law behind it. Neil Stairs reports.
This tiny plant growing from a bank on the St. John River in Victoria County packs a mean wallop. It's already defeated the United States Army Corps of Engineers, and now it may have to take on the New Brunswick Electric Power Commission. It's called the Furbish lousewort, and this river valley is the only place in the world where it grows.
The Furbish
lousewort? So rare that it's
lousewort?
protected by law here in New Brunswick and in the state of Maine. The Power Commission wants to build a
I
dam
got a real
at
problem with
Morel Siding below
louseworts.
Grand Falls, but that would flood this part of the valley and destroy the plant habitat, and that would be against the law.
Interfering with that organism, with the lousewort, and its habitat is against the law, very specifically against the law.
Oh my God.
And so that certainly any drowning, any transplanting, moving of them, anything of that sort, would be, today, according to legislation, very much against the law.
In the late 1970s, the Furbish lousewort killed a major hydroelectric project in the state of Maine. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers had to abandon 15 years of work on the Dickey-Lincoln project because it couldn't find a way to generate electricity and to protect the plant's environment. If the New Brunswick Electric Power Commission wants to make any progress on this proposal, it's going to have to solve that problem. If the Morel Siding Dam is pursued, it will require environmental hearings, testimony, and argument. If it comes down to an environmental battle, then the valley's most effective soldier might well bear the unlikely name of Furbish lousewort. Neil Stairs, CBC News, Fredericton.
British Columbia may be on the verge of withdrawing its support for the Meech-Lake Constitutional Accord. The province has already signed the accord, but Premier Bill Vander Zalm says he's rethinking that position because of the recent treatment of Anglophones in Quebec. It's a summer tradition that attracts thousands of tourists to Parliament Hill. The colorful changing of the guard ceremony marked the beginning of its 13th year this morning in Ottawa. An enthusiastic crowd of more than 3,000 people watched the 25-minute ceremony. It was the first of the summer. The Guard is made up of 348 men and women from 2 regiments, the Governor-General's Foot Guards and the Canadian Grenadier Guards. They endure rigorous training for 6 weeks before they're ready to march on Parliament Hill. And for the next 2 months, the changing of the Guard will be the biggest tourist attraction in Ottawa. And that's the news at midday. For CBC News, I'm Noelle Richardson. Now back to Valerie Pringle and Paul Workman with the rest of Midday.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. Stress.
Welcome back. Coming up today on Midday, the Bismarck sunk in 1941. 48 years later now, it's been found at the bottom of the Atlantic. We're going to talk to Dr. Robert Ballard, the man who found
the Bismarck.
it, as well as the Titanic. We're also going to take a tour of the St. Vincent de Paul Penitentiary in Laval, Quebec.
William Hurt is having a hard time on the witness stand these days, and Life magazine celebrates the bra. We'll have these stories on the Entertainment Week in Review, and Tom New takes a train ride through movie history. First, though, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
The Cape
Here we
Crusader.
go.
Get ready for the movie phenomenon.
The one
of
you're
the
waiting
summer.
for. You're waiting
Batman
for.
opens today on 190 movie screens across Canada, and in a summer that is swamped with mega-marketed sequels, Batman
I
stands
saw
out
it 3
as a
times in the
superhero of
theater.
hype.
Love that movie.
Batman was introduced in 1939 by Detective Comics, and he's always been a quirky and dark figure. But while the mid-60s television version stressed a more comic Bat personality, this year's $30 million Batman movie presents a severe and violent Caped Crusader.
Severe and violent.
And what do you do for a living?
But Batman has become more than a comic book, TV show, and movie. It is a marketing motherlode. The notorious Batwing logo will be appearing on everything from playing cards to birthday cakes. And of course, there's a Batman record and a rock video by Prince.
Well, I don't think you were born yet. I was 17.
This man is perhaps the most far gone of Batmaniacs. He spent over $250,000 for his own Batmobile.
Joining me now from in front of his Batman collection is Ty Templeton. He's an artist with DC Comics.
Great artist.
And from his office in Montreal at
Love his
Chum
work.
Radio, Ian McLean. Okay, you two, you're both
No
Batman
relation.
fanatics.
As far as I know.
You've both seen the film. There's been a lot of hype about it. What do you think? Start with you, Ty, I guess, please.
I loved it, Paul. I thought it was great fun from pretty well the moment go. It's dark and brooding at the same time as it's kooky and wacky, and that's, I think, what a good comic book is. I had a great time.
Ian?
I certainly think it lived up to all the hype. I've never seen so much excitement before the release of a film, and also judging by the reaction of our audience, and people virtually clawing the doors down and
only on the
them to get a
4K,
pass to
dude.
see the movie.
The other ones are fine.
Everyone was pretty well satisfied with the way it turned out last night. A very exciting film. And
avoid that garbage 4K.
Of Jack Nicholson.
The audience I was watching it with was just waiting to cheer. Every time a name came on in the opening credits, they just applauded wildly for people they've never even heard of.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, the Caped Crusader is now 50 years old, and he's gone through a lot of character changes over the years. What about the Batman we're seeing in this film? Ty?
Well, I think this Batman is sort of a throwback to the original Batman from 1939. He's an unpleasant person to get to know because he's a little bit cooped up, he's a little wacky. He likes to punch people and dress like a giant flying rodent. This is not someone you'd want living next door to you.
He's a psychopath.
He's a psychopath, yeah. He had his parents murdered in front of his eyes when he was a little boy, and this sort of upset him a little too much.
Hold on a second. That is actually not the correct definition of a psychopath. A psychopath is someone who has no empathy and is fully unaware of how their actions hurt people. Sociopath is someone that also has no empathy, but is aware of how their actions hurt people, but they don't care. A psychopath doesn't care either, but a psychopath is unaware of that. So this just shows, like, I mean, how psychology has changed and how we have a deeper understanding of mental health issues now than we did in 1989. Hence, undiagnosed for my whole fucking life. I had to figure it out myself.
It's a lot different from the television show, which was a bit of a farce.
A lot different. I think if you're a true Batman aficionado, you will enjoy the film because it is, as Ty said, it's very close to some of the original attributes that Batman had. As well, the texture of the film. You look at the seamy, dirty Gotham City, the dark mood of the film, the wide fedoras and the wide lapel pins, or lapels rather, on the suits. It takes you back to that same texture that the original comics had 50 years ago. Although the film does take certain liberties in bringing it up to date with some new technological advancements in the Batcave, and there are a few things about the car that the original author probably hadn't dreamed of. But that, I think, that's excused when you're marketing the film to an 80s or 90s audience.
I don't think they were trying to make the film appear that it was still taking place in the 40s at any point, but it did taste like it was. As you said, the people were walking around and looking very much like a Bob Kane drawing from 1941.
And Ian, you don't think because there's none of the gadzooks and there's none of the farcical nature of the TV show that people won't be turned off by that?
No, I don't think so. I think the TV show and the film and the comic book are really three completely different presentations of Batman. There's certain licenses you have to take when you transfer something to film, but I think it was a faithful adaptation of Batman to the screen. And as dark as the film is, Jack Nicholson is so outrageously funny in a dark way and again in a slapstick way, that the film has a counterpoint to it, because it is dark and brooding and there's evil all about, but at the same time you're laughing throughout the entire picture, genuinely entertained by Jack Nicholson.
Oh, he is
in answer to your question, Starhu.
Dark and brooding, is it a violent film then? What are we
Pretty
talking
violent.
about?
There's a little bit of blood. Might scare some of the kids.
Ty, this controversial decision to put Michael Keaton in the lead role,
oh, God.
Does it work?
It works in many ways. I think what Timothy Burton was trying to do with putting Michael Keaton in the role was to try to show us that Batman is a regular guy. He could be you and me in the cape, and a normal person wouldn't have to dress up like a bat to fight crime. He just put on a ski mask and punch people. So I like the idea of making Keaton Batman. Unfortunately, because, and as big a fan as I am of Keaton, he's up against such a heavyweight in Nicholson that the movie is not balanced well. Nicholson does not steal the movie, he just owns it from the moment he walks on. And the psychological battle between the two characters is over in 2 seconds. You almost root for Nicholson to win in the end.
But are purists going to like this because it's Michael Keaton without that square jaw?
Oh, to hell with the square jaw. He's a good actor. That's not the problem. It's that I just don't think he commands your attention. He doesn't have the charisma of Jack Nicholson. I mean, who does? I'd be hard-pressed to think of anybody who could go up against Nicholson and win.
And yet you still think the film wins?
I still think the film wins, yeah. I would have titled it The Joker rather than The Batman.
Ian McLean, there's no Robin in this film. Are people going to be disappointed about that?
Judging from the reaction we had last night, Paul, no. He was as conspicuously absent from the post-film comments and critiques as he was in the picture. I don't think Robin was ever, as was mentioned earlier, you know, as key a part of the Batman legend as Batman himself and the Joker and the Penguin and some of those other arch criminals who were permanent fixtures on the pages of the comic books. So no, I don't think he'll be missed.
It also gives the people making the movies something to put in the sequel to look forward to. I think Robin will probably...
Well, it's still not quite the old school audio on the Blu-rays.
A lot of merchandising, a lot of...
You predicted the future, yeah, no kidding.
All the T-shirts and ashtrays and everything you can buy. And the film isn't even out yet.
Well, it's at least the original sound just remixed.
Is that going to spoil the film?
Well, no, because most of the merchandising that I have in front of me anyway is merchandising the character from the comic book. They get a great tie-in with the movie because there's not a person walking the earth who at some point hasn't read a Batman comic or seen the show or heard of him. So this has a much stronger public appeal as a tie-in than, say, Ghostbusters or Indiana Jones, which only exists as a film character. All of this stuff, which I got in front of me, as I said, is mostly merchandising the comic book character, and I don't think it's going to really affect the appeal of the film at all. I like it. I just don't hope they put out too much because I have to buy some of it.
I was going to say, what are you going to add to your collection?
Well, I'm going to limit myself or else I'll go broke.
Thanks to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
I want to see it. Coming up, my 6-year-old's hero, the man who found the Titanic and the Bismarck.
So yeah, I think the last time we actually had the true original theatrical audio was the Laserdisc. So, yeah.
Welcome back.
Yesterday I have a 35 millimeter scan.
Hold on. Titanic revealed pictures of.
I have a 35 millimeter scan from an original theatrical print that's had just a light color grade correction to, you know, give it more of the natural look it would have had originally, and had the audio swapped out for the Laserdisc audio. And it looks and sounds fantastic. I have another version that's just the raw scan that was used for that as well. But the 35 millimeter scan with the Laserdisc audio is probably my preferred way to view it because it looks great and very filmic and sounds great.
His latest find, the Bismarck. Dr. Robert Ballard discovered the Bismarck about 600 miles off.
Oh, there's more than that, dude.
It was. Atlantic.
In case you've forgotten, 1989 was also the 50th anniversary of Batman. It wasn't just the movie. It was like a huge thing. So there was stuff that tied into everything. Everybody had some kind of Batman merchandise. It wasn't just movie tie-ins.
The Bismarck was the pride of the German Navy, but the massive battleship sank on its maiden voyage following a fierce 9-day battle with the British fleet. A team from the Oceanographic Institute in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, used a robot to take the pictures. It's equipped with sonar and camera equipment, but it was limited to filming the exterior of the Bismarck. The battleship was found in the upright position, with its deck fully preserved. But any further exploration will need Germany's approval, since lost warships are owned by the country of origin, whereas commercial vessels lost at sea are up for grabs.
Dr. Robert Ballard is with us from Washington. Now, why the Bismarck? People understood, I think, the Titanic, but the Bismarck is not as compelling a ship.
Well, not really. There's a number of reasons. To begin with, I'm part English and part German. My mother's maiden name was Kling, and my father's name is Ballard. And so, in fact, when I grew up, we spoke German in the family, and I took many years of German. So I've always had a fascination with that. And in addition to that, I am a naval officer, and I have a fascination of ships of war. And the final thing is we were conducting a major expedition in the Mediterranean we called the Jason Project. In fact, we transmitted live to Victoria, British Columbia, to a number of junior high and high school students from Canada who participated in our expedition in the Mediterranean. We were coming home because we had rented the ship and we were taking it back to England, and we were traversing right nearby where the battle was fought, and Turner Broadcasting and National Geographic, who are going to make a special out of the program, asked if we would attempt to find the ship. And so that's why we did it.
But it was hardly a sweep by and a find. You know, you spent 2 years staring at that blipping screen, you know, for hours and weeks.
It definitely was. It was not an easy search. In fact, the search area for the Bismarck was larger than the search area for the Titanic, because actually we had less of an idea where it went down, and there was a major discrepancy amongst the positions that the warships, the British warships, felt where the ship went down, and defined an area about 120 square miles. In addition to that, it was very deep, deeper than the Titanic. It was 16,000 feet down, and to make matters even worse, there's a small little mountain range right in the middle of the search area, which made it difficult, and plus it was further north. So all in all, it was a pretty rigorous search effort, but a very challenging one.
Have you satisfied yourself that the Bismarck was scuttled in the end and not sunk by the British Navy, which is what they've always claimed?
Well, I might say that, you know, one never gets conclusive evidence on any controversy. And the controversy between whether the Germans scuttled the ship or the British actually sank it, to me, in some regards, is somewhat splitting hairs. It sank and went to the bottom one way or the other. But I must say that in our work, we thoroughly examined the ship, and we saw absolutely no evidence of any implosive event, any implosions that might have taken place, which are generally the case when you have a ship that's trying not to sink. Whereas every scuttled ship I've ever looked at looks very much like the Bismarck, sitting upright with absolutely no implosions.
There were many times after you found the Titanic that you simply couldn't speak. You were overcome. Was this the same? Was this nearly as emotional for you?
It was not as severe, and I think the reason is that, well, we had gone through the Titanic experience, which certainly was an experience. But I think more so, what made the Titanic such a truly tragic event was it was an innocent passage across the ocean with children and women and older people who were simply trying to get to the United States. It was somewhat different. The feeling you had with the Bismarck, although you felt sorry, and you always do at any tragic loss of life, but it was war, and the people set out knowing that they were taking the risk of dying, and they certainly inflicted a tremendous amount of injury upon the hood. So you felt sorry, but it wasn't to the depth, I might say, that I felt for the Titanic.
Now, once again, you've said it's found. It's marked as a memorial. That's it. Now, this one belongs to the German people. Do you just leave it at that? What do you take away from this? You know, what do we all take away from you finding this ship?
Well, I think we take away, you know, the memory of that tragic period. I think that when you find something like the Bismarck, it provides you an opportunity to tell that story over again. And it was a very tragic but very fascinating sea battle, a very crucial sea battle in the very beginnings of World War II. The Bismarck, like the Titanic, sank on its maiden voyage. It was only 9 days old during that journey. And so it was a very action-packed story. I think people will now go back like they did when we found the Titanic and relive that historical event. And I think that's important for us to relive our historical events, and we're planning expeditions in the future to focus on particular periods of time, as we want to stimulate children in particular to study history and also to have an appreciation for science and technology.
Well, what are you going after next?
Well, right now I'm going to go after some trout right near the Canadian border. We have a place up near Glacier National Park, about 60 miles from Canada, and hopefully I'll be fly fishing. But after that, we hope to mount an effort in the Great Lakes in a cooperative program with Canada, perhaps Lake Ontario. We've been talking with the people in the city of Hamilton about the Hamilton and the Scourge, two American warships that are now under the control of Canada, and we would like to go and explore them. We also want to work in Lake Champlain.
Nice to talk to you again, Dr. Ballard.
Pleasure.
Still to come on Midday, touring one of Canada's oldest and most notorious prisons,
Whoa.
the Entertainment Week in Review, and Tom New on the connection between movies and trains when Midday returns.
I like trains. Congratulations, random people who got married. Yeah, Bob Ballard did the ocean science-y educational segments at the end of every episode of Sequest DSV. Do any of you remember that show? So kind of cool. I got another clip of him before
For 3 months
Sequest.
this last term, students in one Ottawa classroom were not just watching it, they were making it. As Diane Duffy found out, it's a learning experience.
Like most 12-year-olds, Deshaun
Ooh.
Colebrook was a fairly passive TV viewer.
Old
but
school
that's changed.
video production.
He's been
Here
part
we
of
go.
a pilot project at the Charles Hull School in Ottawa. His homework? To
I
watch
have not.
TV carefully. But while the students put the skills into practice at home, it's been the classroom that's been the center for learning. For days on end, this classroom has been turned into a TV studio.
I want the whole time just long shot for them. And never a middle shot? Never, just keep it long shot for this scene, all right? Both of them. Okay, sure.
What we really wanted to do was to teach them to be critical thinkers and to step back and look at TV and not just accept everything at face value.
For part of the course, the students actually made their own TV programs. Shows they researched.
There's some other guy we saw earlier. His last name was Sinner. And I think he was a politician.
My name is Jennifer Young.
How perfect is that?
I hope you'll enjoy our show.
Deshaun leads the theme song for this football show.
Well, shake it up, Riders now. Shake it up, Riders. Twist and shout. Twist and shout.
But his biggest thrill is interviewing Dean Dorsey from the Rough Riders.
Nice.
Have you played football?
As a professional, I've been kicking since '82, so 7 years.
I learned that interviewers have to speak well and everything, and have to ask good questions to make the person that they're interviewing talk.
They aren't just taking notes, they're they're discovering things that they already knew in one sense, but there's knowing and knowing, and now they know, and that's what it's all about.
Now they know, you know.
Continues beyond the shooting stage right into the editing suite. Students puzzle over the
Not
selection
plagiarism,
of shots.
parody.
Watch as the program comes to life.
Is that a good cut?
Yeah.
Why was it good?
Because, like, it starts panning against her, showing her.
Studies have shown that the average child will watch 15,000 hours of television before high school graduation. A lot of that time is spent watching commercials.
And now
After
it's all
discussing the ads, these
YouTube
kids
and
make their
TikTok.
New cat crunches. It's long lasting and make your cat go wild. So
Wild.
hurry and eat and eat. Muscle munch. I understand now that not everything works the same way as they do it on television because they make everything look so good. Now I know not to always take everything you see, never judge a book by its cover.
The teaching of television has been woven into all subjects in a
Wait,
school
you
day,
missed
from
most
math
of
to
the
art,
stream.
and it's made a real difference. They've learned about things like teamwork.
Did some tidying, got some donos. Now we're watching some retro videos to wind
what
down.
you both like. You have to agree on things. I just used to flick around the TV and watch whatever
And I was
on,
very
but now I
stressed
use
at the
TV
beginning.
guide
I'm
and
slightly
I
less
watch
stressed
more
now.
educational shows. I never knew how the picture from the camera got to the TV, and whenever I was little, I thought there were actual little people inside the TV.
Improvements have even rubbed off into reading and writing.
In the writing skills, for instance, they've been writing logs, they've been writing scripts and skits and stories and evaluations and letters, and the list just goes on. And I'm really finding that they can now pick up pencil and paper and just start to write, and it's not, oh, Mrs. Billing, what can I write, or what do I do now? It's just take it away.
Awards night. Proud parents watched the students' programs. There were trophies, smiles, and a real sense of accomplishment.
The TV literacy
Well, that's okay.
program has been a
That's
huge
why we have
success,
the
and it's
VODs.
going
You
to
can catch up
continue.
anytime.
A service club will donate video equipment for use in the school, and the TV course material will be adapted for use in other schools in the Ottawa Board of Education. Diane Duthie, CBC News, Ottawa.
You mean we're not little people inside the TV? I'm there. Another story. 47 years ago, an American cargo ship, the Clare Lily, was wrecked near Portuguese Cove at the entrance to Halifax Harbour. Some of its explosive war cargo is still washing ashore. The Armed Forces has been
I
given
actually
the job
always
of
enjoyed
cleaning
this
up
show.
the
I used to
debris,
watch it
and
fairly
Phil
frequently.
Forgeron has this report
I have
about
a handful of them on tape.
The waves are gently breaking over the rocks at Portuguese Cove today, but in March of 1942, a fierce storm was blowing. The Clear Lily was steaming to Halifax to join a convoy.
1989.
Struck shoals,
Specifically
sank
June 23rd.
The cargo was food
Which
and
is the day
ammunition for
Batman
Britain. Some of
debuted.
its
There was
cargo a big
an
treat for
article
kids
about
in
it
the area.
earlier.
But 47 years later, the cargo that is left is a real danger to kids. cordite pellets. Every year for the past few years, they've been drifting to shore. And every year for the past few years, the armed forces have been cleaning up the beaches. Cordite's something like gunpowder. Set a fire in the open, it burns with a great heat. Set a fire in a confined place, it explodes. Cordite was an active ingredient in artillery shells. Over the years, youngsters have been fooling around with this dangerous cargo. Now, the final vestiges are being picked up, and divers will check what's left of the Clear Lily to see whether a permanent cleanup is possible. For these members of the armed forces, it's a tedious but not too unpleasant way to spend a warm afternoon. A marked contrast to the wartime that left this legacy. Phil Forgeron, CBC News, Halifax.
Welcome back. In this half hour, William Hurt takes the stand, the Bra takes a bow, and Tom New gets nostalgic about trains. First, though, touring the pen.
Used to be known as one of Canada's worst prisons. Fires, hostage takings, and riots were frequent occurrences. Now the St. Vincent de Paul Penitentiary in Laval, Quebec has a new reputation as a kind of Alcatraz North. For 116 years, St. Vincent de Paul was the place where some of the country's most hardened criminals ended up. In the early days, floggings were frequent and the meals were sparse. St. Vincent's is in the middle of the modern Laval Penitentiary, but when its doors were closed last December, officials decided to try turning it into a tourist attraction. For the past month, thousands of people have come to see it and learn what it felt like to be in an isolation cell and seen some of the weapons used in attacks. The tours are slated to end next week.
Joining us now from inside St. Vincent de Paul is Vince Delanoche, who's the MP for the area, and Claude Chevrier, a member of the prison closing committee. Vince Delanoche, they're going to start calling you Vinny the Hustler. Quite a project you've got started there.
Well, I got a lot of names being called. Just received a letter from a 10-year-old kid this morning in my office, and I will keep it as a nice souvenir. A lot of names because people like it and they love the idea.
And a lot of people going through, lots of them around you there.
I'm surprised and amazed. I knew it will work, but I couldn't believe that the interest would be so high.
So tell us where you're standing now. What's going on there right now?
Well, we're standing here in a tree-height cells block where the people coming through here, they can see up to 20 different cells, which they have something inside. The decoration, it's like it used to be in the old days, and this has been done by some past inmates here. And we had a movie turn here a few months ago, The Party, and everything has been left like it was, so it's very interesting for the public. Of course, we have many cells, but one or another, it's all the same. But this is what we call an all-rest cells. We still have the pictures on the walls. Some were very religious, some were a little bit less, some had some girls, and you know, we have everything, and this is what I like about it. It's natural.
Claude Chevrier, this is the first time that ordinary people have ever been allowed inside. There must be a lot of stories.
Yep, I got the Siskel and Ebert one too. Got a nice quality version of that.
Well, as far as having so many people inside the old jail, well, you're right, that's the first time. We had a few people come in here for some special events, but not that many, especially over 9,000 on every Sunday.
Over 9,000!
No, and I guess not. I guess nobody but the inmates were ever allowed inside. Do any of the inmates ever come back to visit?
First ever reference to over 9,000 right there.
More than we thought that we'll come back and have a look at the old pen.
So what about some of those stories? I know you worked there for quite a while. Tell us the
like
most memorable.
For tours or as a functional prison? I don't know.
Well, some are very sad.
What's it called? St. Vincent de Paul prison?
Kind of funny.
Let's find out.
Let's say I had an inmate here who was in for child abuse, and this chap knew very well that if he ever went back on the street, that the prison didn't have done anything concerning the treatment. So one day he came in my office with a Life magazine, and they were publishing something concerning the possibility to burn brain cells with electrodes. And this chap was voluntary, submitted his name to be a guinea pig. So we started procedure.
Guinea.
And it never ended. there was too many red tapes to go through.
So what happened then?
So finally, this particular guy finally transmitted into another inmate that he was to be removed. So finally, this thing succeeded, and the other inmate simply killed him. So that was one sad story. I have other ones, but I have some more funny.
Mr. De La Noche, let me ask you, obviously Alcatraz in California must have given you the idea for this.
Yes, in '84 I was in Alcatraz, and after that I spent almost every month. I used to spend a day here, complaints about the inmates, the workers, and the guards, the administration. As an MP, a federal MP, it was my duty to come down, and I had a lot of ideas, and I thought that the society made a choice, and we left the choice on inside the cells, and nobody cared about this system, the whole system, and I thought that this would be a good occasion to show the people that the people who live inside here, it's not always condominium or Club Med. And I thought I had something to do, and I did what I had to do as a human being. It's one of my nicest human projects I ever had in my life.
Well, you've really been marketing this thing. I know that you can buy tickets from Ticketron. You can get tickets anywhere.
Yes, I sent an invitation to all Canadians who want to see this. They can get tickets through Ticketron system, and they guarantee they won't wait.
This is a trial period, Mr. De La Noche. Are you going to try to extend the deadline, keep the prison open a little longer?
But I'm asking today to the Prime Minister and to my colleagues to keep it open at least for July and August, where the people look for a way to go out of their places and find some new ways of vacation center. And this is a nice place to come with the kids, with your mother, the family. It's for everybody.
Great. So maybe
come
you
to
will
prison
end up
with the family.
North. Thanks to you both.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, St. Vincent de Paul Prison in Laval, Quebec. Here's a little timeline. So, formerly the site of a Sisters of Providence Sacred Heart Covenant, in 1861, the Government of Canada first purchased the site, the Government of Canada East purchased the site to establish a reform school. In 1872, the federal government purchased the site from the province of Quebec and renovated it for use as a federal penitentiary. The first offenders, officers, and their families are transferred to St. Vincent de Paul Penitentiary by steamship from Kingston Penitentiary on May 19, 1873. St. Vincent de Paul Penitentiary ceased operating as a federal correctional facility and was declared a surplus asset in 1989. That's what we're seeing here. The property was declared a National Historic Site of Canada in 1990s. That would have been shortly after this. So it doesn't say how long they were letting tours go through, but more recently, in Budget 2024 and Solving the Housing Crisis, Canada's housing plan, the federal government announced an ambitious whole-of-government approach to addressing the housing crisis by building more homes, making it easier to rent or own a home, and helping Canadians who cannot afford a home. Why is that relevant to the St. Vincent de Paul Penitentiary? Well, because, yes, as part of this plan, the Government of Canada is identifying properties within its portfolio that have the potential for housing and is actively adding them to the Canada Public Land Bank. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to turn all the prison cells into houses. It's not going to be like a prison apartment building or something like that. Basically, long and the short of it is, it looks like they're looking to dispose of the facility, which I guess means demolish it, and then turn it into low-income housing. So that's it. Fuck history, right? But, I mean, at least it's for a good purpose. It's for a good cause. Why? Because people need homes? And the land is good for building homes? So, yeah, it's a government initiative. It's government, at least partly funded homes for low-income individuals and families. So, that's why. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, bye-bye.
And we'll be right back with Entertainment Week in Review.
That's important. That would have been an interesting tour.
Friday, and that means we take our weekly look at the world of entertainment. Here to do that is Tina Srabotniak. And in Charlottetown this week, Ann Thurlow. But first, we'll look at the entertainment news. Ringo Starr is back and heading out on the road for his first rock and roll tour since the Beatles. He was never considered the musical genius behind the Fab Four. This time, Starr is loading his show with some heavyweight talent, including Dr. John, Billy Preston, and ex-Eagle Joe Walsh. Ringo joins a list of 60 survivors whose tours are turning this into the summer of the dinosaur. The Who starts a two-night stand in Toronto tonight, beginning their North American reunion tour.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Some malls have like floors for offices and apartments.
He's the star of Tummy Trouble, a 7.5-minute short appearing at the front end of the Disney comedy Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes,
Roger ends up in the
and not on the Blu-ray.
Flighty nurse Jessica administering to his needs.
Jessica. Thank goodness for modern medicine.
Life magazine salutes the 100th anniversary of the bra this month. Its shape has changed over the years, from the boyish look of the 20s to the exaggerated figure of the 50s.
She's not wearing a bra. No bra? Where is the book?
In the 60s, feminists saw the bra as a symbol of women's bondage. In response, the lingerie companies produced the no-bra look. Undergarments have advanced the careers of Hollywood stars. Remember sweater girl Jane Russell? When she appeared in the 40s movie The Outlaw, she wore a bra designed by the Howard Hughes aeronautics firm. And of course, Madonna has done her bit to bring back the bra. In the 80s, bras have gone from underwear to outerwear.
I think it was on the DVD, yeah.
Was on trial in a New York.
It's not on the Blu-ray.
Sandra Jennings, Hurt's former girlfriend, claims they had a common
The Blu-ray, I should mention, was a Disney Movie Club exclusive. You can't get it anymore.
Pretty heated
Same with the second one.
Star squared off with Jennings' lawyer.
You know, he's mucking around with the conception of my son. He's making a what am I doing? Reverse and insulting little joke about it. You understand? And
Richard.
What is that? What is, you know?
William Hurt.
Ann Thurlow is with us.
Bitter divorce settlement looked like,
in the studio. I feel uncomfortable watching William Hurt on the stand. Ann, do you think it's fair? Sandra Jennings should be trying to get $5 million from him?
Well, I don't. I feel uncomfortable. I mean, I agree with you about that. I think it's absolutely horrible to see people's private lives played out in such a public way. But on the other hand, if we're talking about sympathies here, I don't really have very much sympathy for either one of them. I mean, you know, it's horrible of her to drag him into court, and it's probably not really fair that she should ask for all that $5 million. But on the other hand, in the television pictures, we see him kind of sitting here like this, looking like a bit of a jerk. And I have to say that I love this guy. I'm really pretty disappointed.
Well, I don't love this guy. I've never been a big fan of his. However, my sympathies are entirely with him. I think this woman, who already gets $65,000 a year in support for her son, you know, her case seems to rest on the fact that he once told her he loved her in a restaurant. And, you know,
now hold on. According to what I read, he offered her a prenuptial agreement. I mean, you know, it seemed to me to be, you know, that there was a certain amount of
This is a woman who didn't know what common law living was until 1987. She claimed, you know, retrospectively that she'd been living with him, that she'd been his common law wife. The whole case is ludicrous. Not to mention, where is this woman's pride?
Oh, they're not even married.
Well, I agree with you there. Where is this woman's pride? I mean, she is compelling herself to drag her whole private life up. But I mean, the guy is not nice to her. You know, allegedly he spit at her. He did other incredibly unpleasant things.
Oh, no. The spit's $5 million, but that's $1 million for a spit.
But the best thing, like $1 million per wretched act, I think it's a pretty good thing. And remember, too, Tina, she's living in NYC where $65,000
I'd say spitting is a pretty, like, small form of protest.
The best thing about the story, though, is the cast of characters. If you've been watching any of it on television, the lawyer for Sandra Jennings apparently arrived with a personal valet wearing a pink turban, is the way they're describing him in the newspaper. You know what that means? No. The judge
not
is
only
like
that,
Joan
but apparently
Rivers.
the lawyer has been told many times by the judge to quit grandstanding. He's showing off, and he's trying to get out Hurt's what they call a bad side by being so obnoxious to him. But I mean, if Hurt has a bad side, let's see it.
Okay, let's move on. I don't know what's wrong with me these days. I was a little surprised to see Life magazine go hurrah for the bra.
Well, you know what? You weren't surprised or upset. The only one that was upset about it, apparently in the Midwestern United States, they pulled it right off the newsstands. That picture on the front with the woman in her bra.
Oh my God!
Yes, but
so
we
tired
can't
of
even
puritanical
discuss what they do
bullshit.
in, you know, 2 stores in Indianapolis. There's so
Although
much in the States.
this is only, bear in mind, this is only 5 years removed from the Satanic Panic. So, like, we're not that far out from, like, the Puritans just doing more stupid shit.
There's nothing wrong with this at all. I mean, you can make a kind.
If you were here the last time we did one of these, we watched a segment about Freddy's Nightmares, the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series, and there was this puritanical guy who was doing this letter writing campaign to have it taken off the air, and it was just you just wanted to punch the guy in the mouth. Like, seriously, like, just get your head out of your ass, just go jerk off in the corner or something, relieve some of that stress, buddy, and leave us to our TV shows. It should be the parents monitoring what the kids watch, not some freaking goody self-righteous fucking idiot telling people what they should watch. It's not up to you. Fuck off.
Kind of argument that Life, like National Geographic, is somehow a magazine apart. There's nothing offensive about this picture. It's
nothing
a great
offensive
picture.
about it. No. There was nothing offensive about the picture.
And I don't know. The thing was, though, that the article itself, I must say, the actual writing part of it was absolutely fabulous. Where else do you get to read about a cast of characters like Caress Crosby and Poopel, somebody around who designs bras? Great. You got to admit that this is an industry who has people in it who are named for the industry.
You go watch the VODs.
All those wonderful slogans.
Everything's in the VODs.
We care about the
on YouTube.
And well, it brings back other things too, doesn't it? I mean, it occurs to me that what we've got here is the only coming-of-age movie that hasn't been made yet. When I got my first bra. I mean, was it for you the worst experience of your
I couldn't wait. Are you kidding? Worst experience? I was lining up.
Me too. It was a triumph.
And that one, we just watched retro videos the whole stream.
No, it was absolutely. Oh, well, you see, we didn't bother being ethnic going to any of that training bra stuff. We went right to the big time stuff.
That's an interesting one. Now,
the Gothic butterfly,
I wonder.
Yeah, the Gothic butterflies. Well, Valerie and I both, in fact, had the same bra in the same size, which we're not going to tell on air.
Well, yeah, and I bet it was considerably better than mine. I had the exact opposite experience. Not that I wasn't dying for one personally, but I mean, I would have been dead a long time if I'd waited till I needed one.
All right, well, we've corrupted your microphone. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for celebrating.
There you go.
Goodbye.
4 hours
We'll be right
of
back.
retro videos. Enjoy. Riding the rails. So we'll probably call it a night after midday here.
Back on Monday, a special
and we'll
show,
save all
Midday
the other
Rides
stuff
the
for
Rails. And
next
as an
time.
appetizer, we sent Tom New out to take a special look at trains on his own, Trains in the Movie.
By the way, I have that special. We'll watch it at some point.
Even though in real life, passenger trains seem headed down the track to oblivion, in the movies, they're still alive and steaming. Dramatically speaking, trains are a natural. Dark, swaying coaches, cramped quarters, strange noises. The possibilities are endless.
How do you know it's murder, Mr. Holmes? Murder?
Now, you didn't even have to be on the train to feel its dramatic effect. Just waiting for one, say at high noon, could be an event in itself.
Yeah.
Now, not everything was as tense as that. To the Marx Brothers, in Go West, a train was a glorified prop. And Winnipeg animator Cordell Barker toyed with a few train cliches of his own in The Cat Came Back.
That's a great short.
What the? Trains have always been favorites of movie makers. Story getting a bit slow? Well, have your hero take a shortcut. Or better yet, have him stroll on the roof. Everyone seems to be doing that. Of course, to some movie makers, trains were just big toys. And if kids could crash their Lionels, so could the older fellas.
Man.
Speaking of kids with big toys, in 1965, the NFB talked Buster Keaton into taking a trip across the country in The Railroader.
I just got this on Blu-ray. The Railroader. It's a great short
Whet's
film.
your appetite for Railroad Canadiana? Try The Grey Fox, one of the best Canadian movies of the last few years.
Move along, Shorty! There's a train coming!
For how long, we don't know. In the movies, trains come, trains go. In real life, they just seem to go, which is too bad because when you're on a train, you never know who you're going to bump into.
Oh no. Gems.
Thank you.
I don't think that had come out yet
7 parking tickets.
at this point.
Gonna broaden my outlook.
Marilyn Monroe. Hello.
Terribly sorry.
For For Midday, I'm Tom New.
Throw Mama from the train.
See, that was just like it was for Ralph Benmergui and me on the Skeena. So on Monday, I hope you have a chance to watch. It's Ralph Benmerguy's first show when he starts as my co-host here. And we rode the Skeena from Prince Rupert to Smithers, and it's going to be great. So please watch.
And I'm History, back to the National.
Back to the National, back to Montreal. You did a wonderful
Thanks
job.
for putting up with me.
For 2 weeks. I
great
really
fun.
liked it. Yeah.
Great fun.
Well,
Oh, he was a guest host.
Please,
That's
again, try
normally
and,
on the
watch
National.
Midday Rides the Rails on Monday. It'll be lots of fun.
Bye for now.
See you.
We watched an episode of the National last time. It was like a standard. Oh, there we go. All right, folks, and I think we will end there. We got lots more stuff. You can get a little sneak peek there. So next time we'll start right in with a what's that? Thing about comic book movies. Very cool. From USA Today. Got some more news breaks, some more Canadian and U.S. news from WDAZ Channel 8, MTN Channel 13, Prairie Pulse, CTV Channel 5 News Hour, News 4 Night Beat, another kids news. It's not that easy being green. I don't know. Oh, I think this might be about, like, saving the environment or something. A clip from GamePro TV about Dragon's Lair 2. And a News 4 Night Beat story about virtual reality circa 1992, back when that was all just kind of starting. So, yeah, so next time we do one of these, hope you'll all be there, because we got some good clips. And then I got to get to capturing again. I've still got so much more stuff to capture. Like, I got to get the capture PC all set up. You can't see it, but it's under the desk here. And then, yeah. You're the second person to ask me that today. No, I'm not going to get the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection that we've been waiting, like, fully a decade and a half for. Nah. Won't bother. I don't need it. I've seen them all before. Are you fucking crazy? Of course I'm getting it. That's my franchise, dude. I grew up with that one. Nightmare on Elm Street is the shiznit. Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting it. Plus, I mean, for the first time since VHS and Laserdisc, we're getting the uncut version, the uncensored version of Nightmare 5, which is pretty cool. Not the greatest of the series, but it's got some great nightmare sequences in it, whether you like the rest of the movie or not. But, I mean, come on, Dan on the motorcycle? Come on. That's one of the scenes that was censored. And also Greta getting force-fed her own guts was censored as well. The original uncut version of that is quite stomach-churning. Eh? Literally. Right? Anyway. Time is it? 9:30? All right. Well, I think I'm going to chill and bounce off the walls for a little bit as I'm having, you know, my Nick fit. Ran out of smokes yesterday, so I'm going to get some more tomorrow morning or whenever the money comes in. And cat food. Number one priority is cat food because they are down to their last bowl or two. So hope I make a vid about it. About the Nightmare on Elm Street? Well, yeah, of course. Kidding? I don't like buy big expensive sets and then just keep it a secret. Sometimes it might take me a while to get to the update, but I mean, one of the reasons I buy them is to do videos about them and talk about them. You know, that's what we were doing earlier. You can barely see, but there's like a stack. Oh, there we go. A stack of stuff there that I pulled off the shelves in the horror area. That's all the non-horror stuff that's left to do. About half and half updates and closer looks. And then I've got comics. Lots of comics. And then we got the horror section, which will be all Halloween-y stuff. So, we'll see how it goes. So, as to how much new stuff from this year I can pick up this year, it all depends how much extra money we have. I mean, losing those child benefits is a big dent in our budget every month. So, they're going to be, like, super selective for a little while. Unless, you know, more money starts coming in. So, anyway, wow, Zoom is just going crazy. Excellent. Anyway, that is it for me to you for now. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining me. Big thanks to everybody who donated. Got their names on the ticker. We'll just wait for Thing to show up here, because that's quite a big one. And also great to hear from Jason again. I haven't heard from him in a while. Probably partly my fault. I'm terrible at answering messages. Shape-shifting. What is that? Shape-shifting Verbong Dougal. Okay. So this is the last 25 donos. Just waiting for the last one to come up here. A lot of Vermin and Scully. Oh, there's Radine. Yeah, we can't be leaving it all up to Vermin and Scully, guys. Come on. Come on. Okay, should be the first one. That was like the end of the list. So should be the first one. Yeah, there we go. Thing, 181.77. Very nice. So, there you go. Anyway. Okay. Good. So, cats, fleas, and food. I think we got enough to cover that stuff. So, I'll change the title of the Dono Goal next time to whatever the next sort of big thing we want to take care of is. Oh. One day at a time. Just keep going one day at a time. We'll all get there eventually. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have yourselves a great day or night. Big thanks to our contributors who help to keep the show going. And I will see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching again, and sayonara.